Hi, my name is Dr. Allison Zebron, and today I want to talk about why your labor might stall when you move from your home and you go to the hospital. So we're going to get into that topic today. If you're new to my channel, The Birth PT, that's me. I'm a birth doula, postpartum doula, and physical therapist, and I'm here sharing tips about birth, postpartum recovery, taking care of your newborn baby, and exercises for recovery. So if you're new here, please subscribe and like this video so you can keep on hearing great tips for all of the above. So let's get into it today. So why your labor might stall when you get to the hospital. So you were laboring at home, everything was going great, those contractions started to get a little bit intense, and you decide it's time to get to the hospital. You get to the hospital and they check you, you're 7 centimeters, you're like, great. This baby is about to be here any second, and then your labor stalls. So aside from medical reasons that your labor may stall, today I want to talk about environmental reasons. So labor is a very hormonal act. It's a very hormonal situation that your body goes through, and hormones are affected by the environment and on what you eat and all of those different things. So that's why it's important to set the mood, set the environment for labor, because if you don't feel safe, your body is not going to feel safe enough to give birth. So labor might stall. So if you're laboring at home, everything is comfortable, you all of a sudden change environments, you get outside, it's a little bit chilly, you get in the car, it's bumpy, you get to the hospital, there's new people, all of these things, that may be a reason why your labor may stall and have contractions slow down or even stop. Now, this is not necessarily a reason to never have birth at a hospital. I'm not saying I'm completely against hospital births, but a lot of times they are over medicalizing birth when it's not a sickness, it's not a disease, it's a natural occurrence. So that's a whole nother video, but that's my stance, that birth is not a medical procedure, it's a natural thing. And traditionally women were giving birth in homes, and that's still the occurrence in most of the world. And it is, people still do give birth at home, obviously in the US. But it might be something to think about, that hey, my labor may stall. I'm not saying it will stall if you go to a hospital, but that's something to consider and to think about, like, hey, my labor may slow down when I get to the hospital. That can occur, and it is very common. So just to think about that in the back of your mind, and to have some tips and tricks, and I can go over that in another video, of how to keep labor progressing. But we are the only species that does this. We leave a place where we started labor and we go to another place to continue laboring. And other species, they stay in the same spot. They have their kittens, their puppies, their whatever, and they give birth. So changing the environment has a play on your hormones. So just remember that it may stall when you get to the hospital. And I will, in another video, give you some tips to keep progressing that labor, to keep it happening. But yeah, it may just be a little bit harder to get that labor going again, or may take a little bit longer than it would have if we labor in place. Keep that same momentum, because our bodies want to feel safe. Sometimes when we leave the place where we started laboring, our body is like, hey, what's happening? We were laboring and now we are moving around. We're leaving the place where we started. Oh, I guess this is not what we're supposed to be doing right now. So let's hold off on the labor and let's focus on something else. So your mind is also not focused as well when you're changing locations. But sometimes we have to go to the hospital, obviously, or we choose to go to the hospital, and that's okay. So just keep that in mind. That might be a reason for your labor stalling. So okay, I will see you in another video and give you some more tips on how to keep labor progressing. See you. Take care.